Hey everybody, Asher here. Welcome back to Starsector. You can probably hear the game sounds in the background, so boo, I guess. If some of y'all like the music selection I did before, it's something that's nice, but we're not exactly going for it. And for some reason, my map is not pulling up. Probably because I was pressing the M button like the map button is on War Tales, because I just finished recording that. You can see that we have some inactive gates that are here. That's not really what I'm interested in showing, though, right now. We actually have this thing that we're not going to be able to get to in time. We have construct a station 142 days. I forgot to mention that before, so that does kind of inform what we want to do, because that is a big chunk of money and we are just about out of our latest debt wormhole. Hopefully this will be one of the last ones. That means that before I was thinking about returning here to home, because we were getting some visitors from the Persian League, but they're outmatched. It's likely to be defeated in orbit. I think we'll be okay, or we can just give them the boot again, I guess. Yeah. So we're going to keep going north, and that's going to get us to some pretty interesting places, because we do have, we're next to the Genesis Project. We could try to fight the Genesis Project right now, but we're kind of on a timer, because we do have this bounty that is going to be in a Baron star in a system with a yellow primary star, which we determine is either going to be Anastasia or An. I'm going to go with An first, because that seems like a luckier guess, given that both of these have Baron worlds, and it's nice that we've explored and done a bit of both of these. So one more big fight here. There are some really, really big ships that we're fighting. Speaking of big ships, I do have some name suggestions that I need to get through here. Some that I have had an opportunity to do, some that I have not here. So I'm just going to Alt-Tab for a second. I apologize if you all get offended by that, but we're going to start here. I know this isn't as big of a carrier as maybe you were thinking, Carl, but I did just want to acknowledge your great suggestion to name this Piston Tiers, which I think works exceptionally well with the fact that this is a Cabal ship. And it hasn't been doing bad, despite it really being kind of a weird auto build. So that's fine. Also, on the Discord, plug, I got some really good suggestions from Redneck Rider for two ships. One is going to be the Nanosvalta. Seems pretty good for a bear, but we're going to go with the... and I'm going to apologize here for mispronouncing this. Wojtek is the pronunciation guide that I got, or Wojtek. It's the WV sound, so Wojtek is how I'm going to go for now. So our bear is a bear. There is, and I did get another request here to potentially try to do the thing that actually gets rid of the civilian mods. I'm not going to do it right now because we're not parked in a space station, but I do think that is a pretty good plan, assuming I have it. And I hate not having some of the stuff available. Okay, removes the penalties from civilian grade hull, increases maximum burn by 1. So militarized subsystems, we have to do it at a dock anyway, so we can't do it right now regardless. And I forgot to do a ship, so we haven't actually built out the Castigator yet, but also got a name suggestion for that. Actually have not mothballed it yet, because we literally just got it. I am going to mothball it because I don't have the means or willingness to repair it here, but we're going to name it Devil's Advocate. That's a long-held requested name, because this is one of the best ships from earlier in the save before I went and got it exploded. We're not going to say how that happened, because this series has been going on for a long time and I don't remember it. Let's also not forget that we have this gargantuan missile boat from hell, and it had flamethrowers on it before. I don't see flamethrowers on it now, so rip, I guess. But Exodus Initiative, I apologize to anyone who caught all the times I called it Cyanation. Apparently everybody's blue. So we are going to go up here. The timing is going to be very tight. We have 18 days to get here. Current burn says 22 days. That will always go up, but we do have some nebulas we got to get through. We have a Vengeance fleet that's still going after us. We do have plenty of fuel, but I'm curious about how much fuel we're going to need, because we do have sticks that we can stop by. We do have Coupe that we could stop by as well. I'm thinking of trying to do some more business in the north this episode if I can, which includes possibly revisiting Tabitha. We're not up here very often. And if I look at the gates real quick, because I've kind of spent a lot longer than I meant to at the outset of this episode here. We have an inactive gate here. That's the closest one we have to Tabitha other than Strybog. We've been to both of these systems. So we could potentially Strybog it down to over here. Of course, it takes fuel to use the gates, so we're going to have to refuel on the way. But the best way to start that is not with Folgers in your cup, but by actually, I forgot to mention, maybe I need to check and make sure my inventory actually has all the stuff necessary. We have metals, we have transplutonics, we have heavy machinery. I think we're good. Because I'd hate to get that resource delivery mission and supplies. So yeah, we should be fine. We're gonna have somebody try to stop us, probably, and we'll just kind of laugh at them. That's why we run around with our beacon off. Not because we're trying to be sketchy, but because we're too busy making fun of everybody else flying around in space. And so they don't want to hear that. And I'm going to pause this real quick just so I make sure I have my recording OBS up, just so I can make sure the audio is doing what it's supposed to here. Because as nice of a surprise as for some of you as it was to have to listen to my voice compete with audio mixing issues with a bunch of different tracks from a bunch of different volumes and stuff like that. Long story short is I don't know if I could pull together another solid hour of fitting music. I don't have like a whole thing here. Oh, peace. Yeah, that's fine. Peaceful dinosaurs. We can always get your blueprints later. So how many more days on the bounty? Okay, 7 days. Oh god, it's like not the Ring. Is it Scary Movie 2 where they make fun of the Ring and they rented Pootie Tang and didn't return it in time? That seems like a thing. Let's go ahead and drop in here. Failed deal. Whoa! The Central Dominion just dissolved? Hang on. Okay. We got the right place. That's good. Hold the phone. Where's my alliances here? Central... Huh? So much for that. And here I was thinking I'd have to kick the Vic if I kicked the hegemony, but fuck the hegemony. I guess the Vic grew too big for him. Anyway, this is going to be a not easy fight. It says it's 2 stars, but that's a really big ship that's there, and it's pirates, it's Messic's fleet, so they're going to understand that we're going to like shoot them out of the sky real quick. It's fine. Weapon turn rate's good. High chance of malfunctions. Lots of really fast missiles. That could actually be a pretty big deal versus some of these ships. We have a Shoal, a scrap ship war carrier. That could be fun. That one's usually one of the bigger ships they have. And then we get down to the cruiser size. So we're going to engage. And we're going to see if we can make even more money. I'm not going to bring the bear here. The Voidek. I'm gonna get that right. The Grim Beamer actually took some damage along the way. We'll try the Carnotaur again. I meant to unequip some stuff from it, and I didn't. So that's on me. We'll bring the Piston Tiers out as well, because everybody loves tiers. We'll bring some of our little things out just to kill the frame rate. Seems like fun. Seems like fun. Yeah, that's fine. So we got a lot of shit going on here. Is that we still have a Lamprey in the fleet. That's awesome. All right, we're just going to do kind of our usual MO. Just move everybody kind of in a clump to one side. Some of these ships are going to be slower than others. We can actually kind of grab this sensor place up here. That would be nice. And I did learn from recording last episode that if I want to jump backwards and not present my backside to somebody, the ship is always going to point where the cursor is, which is what somebody tried to say in the videos and comments before. Like if I push F here, yeah, it's always going to try to point towards my cursor. So that's how I've always been doing the cat thing and just sticking my butt in people's faces. In a series, that sounds like it's going to get flagged by YouTube, so rip this channel. By the way, only still one copyright notification from the last video with all of the music. I try to use music that I do have permission for, but copyright trolls are still a thing. One of them was trying to pose as 3 different agencies. That's the one I disputed. So it's fun. And now we're here. And did they bring out the big ship? They certainly have this cruiser carrier out. And we definitely have some slow shit coming up here. So we'll see what this becomes in just a minute. But for now, we've got some good guns. Yeah, that's a good start. So they got a line of shit. They've got some big ships. I almost kind of want to move my pack up here and work their way down here, because I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to try to look right here on the pause here. That's it, isn't it? That's their giant-ass scrap ship. I can't see because I'm pushing the wrong buttons. All right, so that's their thing. They put their big one on the board. And it's going to be trying to move around here, so we'll wait for everybody else to catch up. I may just go ahead, just for the sake of making life easier, go ahead and just have all y'all collapse on this, and have you all collapse over here. And I don't even know if we got that objective point. I'm going to assume we did, because we're certainly surrounding it right now. Alright, so let's see if I can get a decent shot in. Nope, that's a bad shot, and I just got microwaved a little bit. So let's see if we can back it up here. I did not want to cycle forward. Oh boy. I think I may have just killed myself based on gamification here. Like, I tried to... It reminds me of an old game that I used to play in Computer Lab, where you'd have to, like, be consistent with your direction for stuff. Fortunately, we sure seem to be able to take some ballistic fire here. Good God. Okay, no, that's not good. Okay, if I lose the Wingless Pigeon, I take some responsibility for this, but that is not the kind of flying I was hoping for to start this episode. Okay. Anyway, I still think back to a little, like, Computer Lab game where, like, you were having to drive your car, but you had to drive your car based off of the direction we have. I think taking out this carrier is a great move. Oh, God. And if you don't know why I'm coughing, it's because of something that happened in one of the War Tales episode. I'll let y'all figure that out. Yeah. I don't usually have simultaneous long-running series like this, but it's where we're at today. Let's see if I can dodge the bombs here. We're just trying to get in a position where we can repair some of our shits. And see if we can make it work, because right now, once again, as the AI tends to do sometimes, they are putting all of their really strong ships here out somewhere else. And I totally did not bring the big old dinosaur out here like I meant to, so we'll just say he's on the bench. Thank you for projecting your shield in a way where I can actually hit you, because I was about to miss you. And that would have been a shame. There we go. Right in the butt. And that missed. Okay, so we have officially split our fleet in two. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that, so how do we want to do this? Alright, maybe... I still think going after that carrier is a decent idea. I think we're actually about to knock it out anyway. So let's get rid of this. Let's reset here. You guys all go after this thing. I think we got that run pretty well. I think you can go up here. And we'll just let everyone else kind of freestyle. Once this thing gets taken on, I mean, there's some other big ships up here we'll be able to catch up, but this is the big prize. And once again, I am just shooting it from the front. Oh, okay, you're overheated. And I'm about to be overheated too. What? What? Mad, bad, and blown up as hell is more like the name. Did I just, like, do the Star Wars thing and just Project Casimir you in the weak spot here? What is going on? I swear I did not turn on any cheats or anything. You can tell the God mode's not on because I do have hull damage, despite how many shots I took before. Yeah, there must be something up with, like, the fleet bonuses or something here, where I am just cutting through this, and somebody just dropped a black hole on that guy. We're not going to question it. We are going to see that our happy carrier ship here, let's get the name right, the Fopperian Whim, is foppering and whimming its way into the hearts and minds of this thing. So, remember when I said this is going to be a hard fight before? Weirdly, it's kind of turning into just a mop-up job. If I can get a shot off here. Like, some of y'all are just going crazy. There we go. Like, I gotta watch some of their ballistic stuff. It's pretty bad, but I am shocked at the amount of damage I've been able to do with my purple love cannon. There's got to be a better way to describe the Project Casimir here, but just shot somebody else in the engine butt and it exploded. That's a phase, buddy. Okay, I get you now. That's what makes you interesting. I want one. I want two. Get back here. There's two right there. Get back here. We're gonna take you with us. Once again, best way to get the phase ships is just to pressure them with lasers and constant weapons, so they're stuck at max flux. Oh my god, I'm losing my brain here. The Electronic Donic, how could I forget that name? Doing a great job on that roll as well. Star Eater kind of going ramming speed here. We can double this up, by the way. So I want to get some of those Doominators. So of course that's what they're called. All right, so they ran. We got cash money. We'll send some bigger ships after them too, because this costs supplies. And we got everybody. Ship recovery. Do we get a Doominator? We do. Do we get a difficult recovery Doominator? No, but I really just wanted one. I think that is a phase. Oh, don't make me say the word. Cybo cruiser from Legio. See, this is fun. Increases damage of all non-missile weapons. And it has phasing. So we're definitely grabbing you. Don't think there's anything else here we want to grab, but I'm really glad I got one. Alright, pick through the wreckage. What do you get? 16 candles. Oh, you know what about the Alpha Course? There's something else I noticed here, and let's double tap to make sure I can't... Ooh, we are going... You know what? Why get one Doominator when you can get a second Doominator? I think that's the right move. If we look at our colonies real quick, one problem, and there's a lot of problems here. Like I left... I left some stuff in storage on Zon, so I'm getting billed for it. But that's peanuts compared to the fact that I have a bunch of alpha cores that I could slap on these planets. I'm actually really close to turning a profit on some of these. I just need to get more population in there. I love that the net income on that's gone up quite a bit since we started the episode. So we'll see how bad it goes, but I'm at nearly 1 million credits after doing a whole bunch of content here. So we should be able to pay off our debt. The question is, will we have some rollover debt, which is why we are building some other stuff here. So 2 Doominators, which may be a pretty good upgrade from the Peekaboo, which is still just a fantastic ship. But we are going to go ahead and mothball these for now. What else was I thinking? We got to look at the map here. All right. So we have fuel. Styx is here. How are we doing with the pirates? We should still be okay with the pirates, despite trying to make $1 million off of them. Yeah, we're still neutral. See, I had my reasons for dropping goodies off. We also have 5 days to not do that. That makes me a little sad. But beta is in. Let's go here and get a little bit more money, because that will help us catch up And then hopefully we don't have a bunch of people abandon our fleet by going off to port. That'd be preferable. So we're hanging out on the north side of the map right now, and I'm hopeful that we can stay that way for a little bit. So we have not surveyed that planet. Actually looks like it has some space junk floating around here, so there may be ruins. Let's survey it. We haven't done a good old survey in a while. Scattered ruins. Sometimes it has good stuff. Sometimes it has this stuff. Alright. And here we go. Monthly expense is $1 million. But that's because we were paying debt. So we have $82,000 in unpaid debt. So we've pretty much made it. That's good. Yeah, I am pleased by that. We had a bunch of shit that we had to take care of. Last month's paid debt was pretty close to there. So we can manage this. We can manage this. Especially as our colonies continue to grow bigger, especially as we have more ships in the fleet. Shit like this is just going to happen. I filled up my fuel to pretty much full and got a bunch of supplies for this reason, and the apples being attacked still, that's a problem. Well, let's take care of what we can take care of. Do we have... We don't have a bunch of shit going on here. Supplies are starting to look like they might be an issue, though. We have a distress beacon. I'm going to skip it, and we're just going to sally forth, going north. Maybe not that kind of north, but here we are. All right. Try attacks, sponsoring attacks. Oh, red beacon. Huh. So how did I not see that one before? Is this just a blind spot for surveying? I guess it is. And I think that's Vengeance Fleet. Huh. That's not a Vengeance Fleet. That is a Don't Build for the Pirates Fleet. And I know what I can do with that because we are way faster than you. And we have space intestines that we know how to actually use. Alright, so once again, supplies are going to be an issue. So I don't know for sure what Tabitha is going to look like right here, but we got to burn right now. Alright, where are we building here? Fleet waiting at the special location and Beta is in. Let's go into inner system jump point. This seems like a nice system. Let's see. And we have a bombarded lifeless world with stellar shades. That really was the target location. Well, that's a pity. Stable locations, barren world, dust world. Well, we got to survey this. Alright. And not much. Alright. And Rebellion failed in the Shadow Yards. Hooray, I guess. We do have some sensor contacts up here. How much time do I have? 113 days. You know, we haven't done this in a while. Let's explore. Okay, Vengeance Fleet never made it to us. I guess they decided Vengeance doesn't venge nearly as well. There's a Taylor-class light destroyer. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is the Thatcher, a derelict destroyer from Expedition Initiative. If we recover it, it's not much to us other than a bunch of reserve D mods here, so... You know, we did do a whole Exodus fight where we fought a bunch of these. But it's got some good shit there. We are going to mothball it again. I'm carrying around a lot of dead weight on ships right now. And yeah, we're going to have to watch our supply count. There's got to be a way for me to sell off some shit and get some more supplies. I'm carrying a lot of stuff. And someone's going to be like, no, don't sell all your weapons. There's some really good weapons here. I've seen on some of the replays of some videos me selling specifically some of the weapons I was talking about equipping. So, rip. Okay. So low relations between all these people they're fighting. Come on, Dassault, don't you just want to join us already? Are you really thinking about going it alone? So here we go. The Green Star system has failed without your interference. Salvage was here. So where are we? We got this here for the target location. Here's the construction fleet. Here we go. Pirate Armada. Open the comm link. We have the goods. Pay us the money, Terry 4. We don't want to know what happened to the last 3 Terrys. There we go. So we got a lot of money. We could try to shoot him down now, but I'd rather not. So look, we got money, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that space station. So is anybody going to leave us? Because, yep, that is a surprisingly high amount of crew that we just lost. I mean, I paid y'all. I paid you. Okay, but we do have money, so that's fine. Any interesting ships for a place that's just been constructed? Not really. Okay, so we don't need that many people, technically. We need a few. And we probably need a few more supplies. I can get a way better price on this. Not going to get a much better price on this. Not for what we're lugging around. Let's go ahead and sort these. So anything that looks like I want to keep it. We'll keep the pellet cannon. Like some of these I have a lot of already. But we'll try to keep the Exodus stuff. You know what, I actually do like the hypervelocity drivers a lot, but we should have those. Okay. We never use the dual flat cannons. Really, we don't ever use the regular flat cannons either. Heavy needler's not bad. We actually don't use those very much. Thumpers. Thumpers are an excellent vanilla weapon. There's a blunderbuss. Graviton beam, another excellent vanilla weapon. Heavy Nexus launcher, that was one of the things that Obolamorph was talking about. That has our explosive bullets that I accidentally sold a few things off here. Kneecapper MRM is one of my favorite modded weapons. This is fine. I don't like pylums, even though we have a few equipped. Alright. Vulcan cannons are good. Nixie cannons we'll keep. Does that seriously say bongo? It does say bongo. Alright. Railguns. You think railguns would be good. They're so like inundated in science fiction. Okay. I think from here we're okay. Let's see here, the flesh pipe. Nah, that's fine. For a lot of these, we can always get another one, so it's okay. Inertia-less missile. We do like the boomstick. We have plenty of Tawa standoff torpedoes. Don't want to sell the Nexus launcher. I was literally just talking about that. Ion cannon's fine. Ion scatter is also fine. Strangely, Laidlaw mass driver, I have a problem. Light needler is okay. See, look, we're just taking a few extra minutes. This is how we fill time in the video. That's not like I need help filling time. Okay. And then we have a lot of LPCs. And most of these are fine to keep. And we're not selling you, although that would be a great way to make some money. Okay, sort it out again. We can buy a little more fuel, and we can buy a little more supplies, and we can buy... I feel like we need just a little more crew just to keep it safe. Okay, we have a bunch of ship components that we can sell. And sell this. All right. And then we can repair our ships as well. It's not going to take a lot. So the Marines I'm not as concerned about. If we consider our military options and we launch a raid, how many supplies could we get? 300? That's not really worth it. Even if we could do it, it's like, congratulations. So there's our pirate armada. So now here's the question. Do I go for Tabitha? I think that may come down to how much of a supply can I get between Coupe and Arigato. Once again, we have supply issues. That's the thing. We would need more supplies just to get up there. But this is the closest we kind of been in just a little bit. Let's go back to Styx. I've got a feeling that I can at least investigate this a little bit. Because right now we don't have a ton of money. It could be that we need to just do some work in the inner systems, the inner system shit, and go from there. Which, if that's the case, that's the case. And I think our bounty is officially gone, so that's too bad. So let's just follow the space intestines the wrong way. Look, there's a Ordo. Took me way too long to realize what Ordo was short for. Okay, so we are about to get rocketed into here, but I just wanted to take a look real quick at the income again. So we're kind of needing to run a treadmill of getting some money back. So let's go to Styx. Let's see if I can get some info from them from like a dockside bar. Oh, it's terrible. For another bounty I can do. Of course you're intercepting my fleet. They want to know about what we're doing here, probably. These are some interesting ships, for sure. Let's accept the comm request here. Hey, Jean-Pierre, Sieghart, our employers have received distressing news that you're smuggling aid a pack of filthy lawbreakers. If you would kindly turn over these resources, we consider this matter settled. We don't have the commodities. They're not actually carrying the materials for the project. Someone must have framed you, an envious rival, perhaps. A malicious co-conspirator looking to humiliate the independents. You offer to let the other fleet conduct a cargo scan as evidence of your innocence. Well, well, looks like our employer screwed us again. He gave a mock salute. I apologize for the inconvenience. So sweet. We can outrun. We don't have to fight. Oh, conquest mission. Hang on. Well, if they're offering $1 million, and I said we needed money, it's never going to be $1 million. And Oberstein is a level 7 military world. But let's accept it anyway. So we got a year to figure that out. Oh no, Grimsharos has gone into decivilized state. Well, I tried. We could always colonize that later and give it up again, but... Alright, so let's go to Styx first. We do have some time to figure out that other business, so... By the way, it is really nice. I know that a lot of this is stuff included in the mods for Starsector, but I'm glad that's kind of par for the course for a game like this. That you really can have alternate endings and interactions, and people aren't just going to... the AI isn't just going to slam you and say, LOL. Really? If you guys are all coming for me, I will fight you. You're running and you're running. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, we're going to have to refuel here anyway, so... That calendar is ticking kind of perilously. Good, we got some more bounties here. That one's not close. That one's really close. And they have another bear. A frozen world in a system with a yellow primary star. Well, we can check that out again. Desertic. That looks pretty frozen. Just so we can check here. This one probably has a frozen world too. No, that's irradiated. Arid lifeless. Barren. Didn't realize that was a triple star system. Okay, well, it looks like once more we must return to Arigato and make sure we hop into the correct gravity well. This is going to be pretty annoying if we don't. Okay. And then we're just going to try to get some fuel, get some supplies. Do the pirates need help is one of my questions. Alright, so 3 supplies to repair. Trade goods. Wow, these guys actually kind of need it. I mean, there's other places that I can sell for more, but I need 877 cash now. Wow, we can't actually... They only have the scrap yards and the open market, so I guess I'm that desperate for money. We're going to do it like this. That's not a great trade, but we're going to do it anyway. So we need this. And we need this. And on the open market, we should be able to get you. Sort, please. And this is still an okay price. Yeah. So that does not get us to Tabitha. But this is just another sign. This is a fairly reliable place here. Now their quartermasters don't do a lot. Dockside bar here. Rakish man, what you got for me? Deliver an item just out west here for 75,000 credits. Yeah, I can do that. Unsanctioned bounty board. So Arpad Zoltan, who is to the east. Pretty far to the east. That is... Oh, I laughed at this fleet before. It's just like, let's throw all the big ships in here. I may actually be able to take that one on. Let's see if we can do a little better. This one's scarier than the other one, although once again it is. I'm just throwing the big ships, and then P98. This one will, like, murder me. Like, I'm sorry. It just absolutely will. Although that ship looks awesome. You know, let's accept this one. I'm not looking to do it yet, but if we're going to go towards Tabitha in a little bit anyway, we have a year to do it. Let's just accept the job. That'll be another great cash injection. Or someone's going to be mad that I didn't do their job again. Let's see here. So on is probably where we need to go. And then our dead drop is over here. Seems fine. Just need water. Looks like I'm going to need some more fuel. Do y'all have more fuel? You have one more fuel. Okay. Well, let's start with On, because there are a lot of other places that are kind of civilized that we can go to. And for our accepted missions, we do have a little bit of time. So On's kind of the big thing. And we just need to get some more money. And once we can kind of get on an income stream here where we have enough of what we need, like, I wouldn't mind if maybe... Ugh. It's a little annoying because we'd have to go up here. Oh, tell me a second real quick here. Hey, that's a dead drop into a red star system. That actually might be really fun to do. How many days do I have to do it? 117. So I think the real talk might be we go down, do the conquest mission, and then come back up and see if what we do in the core worlds will be enough. I still need to go back home in a little bit here. How long? Apparently, let's make sure I have all my planets. I still have all my planets. So apparently that worked out. Cool. Yeah, let's start by going down to On. Good things happen when we are going to have to refill our fuel tanks again in just a minute anyway. Said it was a frozen world. So it's going to be down here. I remember when somebody told me that this all just matched up, and it just changed my life because I hadn't even used transverse jump before ever. Hey, friend. You are yet another pirate. And I think we have some business here. Okay. We are going to try to bring the Carnotaur this time on a staggered release. Yeah, I'm excited about building out some of these other ships as well, so I kind of want to go back into the core worlds just to drop them off anyway. Let's see, we don't need all of that right now. It does suck a little bit feeling like I'm leaving both of these on the bench, but it's fine. It's for our dinosaur friend, right? So since the bear's probably coming through the middle, we shall too. Although it's interesting that I'm pretty much brought a bunch of big ships. My wolf pack is not very packy right now. But I think some of that may just because of, oh boy, I did not actually send my ship out. So, okay, new plan. No dinosaur friend right now. And I really need to look at the combat log for the fights we've done so far. Like, I need to know what kind of damage I did on that other fight. So let's finish strong here. Like, we brought a bunch of our big ships, but we really need to have some tinier support. But that is a useful start, and they're all literally attacking us straight down the middle, so that could work. If for some reason the worst happens and I need to reinforce with Dino Face, that'll be fine. But honestly, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be the best move, because I really want to refit him so that he doesn't have some of the ranged weapons. I also like to refit him to make sure he has some of the hull mods. Okay, so regular Falcon. If you're ever concerned about some ships that you can play in the vanilla game, it's hard to go wrong with a Falcon. It's a little easier to go wrong with an Eagle, but if you can't find a Falcon, an Eagle's good in a pinch. So this is like the best possible setup for me. And we do seriously have black holes firing at somebody, so whoever requested that, there you go. There's the Grim Beamer. Grim beaming all the dang dong day. There's me missing again. So my crazy firing skills from before have not worked out. Their bear is still somewhere else. So I think at this point we belay this order. We put some pressure over here. We put some pressure over here. And we just throw you in the middle. You're literally a Ludic Path, Ludic Church hull for an onslaught. If that doesn't say charge straight into the middle and kill things, I don't know what does. Oh, almost had it. Alright. So here's... Almost feels like this is going to be a video of our bear versus the AI's bear that actually knows what it's doing. But we'll see. I'll tell you what ship I still want to build, and I think I went into this in another video before. When I was testing, I did not realize how bulky the Reuter Union's Telemon was. Like, it splits into 3 parts and shit. It's pretty crazy. And what are you doing, good sir? And let's cancel that. And y'all can just kind of run up here. And I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, you're losing, so Why don't you just direct retreat? Anybody else look sick or injured? Not really, except for maybe the Star Eater. So let's see if we can get back on board. So how many times do you shoot a bear? So let's try this. There we go. Keep the cursor in front while you're slamming the back button. Oh, Vleerjamoose, you're too aggressive. What? Okay, that's 2 combat logs in a row where I apparently hit the weak points with Project Casimir and the splash damage just obliterated things. I do not know what's going on, but I haven't touched the save since the last time I played. So nothing's been updated, nothing's changed. Apparently this is just Project Casimir doing its thing. And we have an apogee sighting. Okay, did I lead correctly? I may have shot from too far away. Oh, got him. Okay. Okay, did we get him there? Somebody did. Alright, so that apogee is just trying its best. Can you guys run away, please? And you all don't have to stand your ground anymore. I think it's just full assault time. Alright. Check and make sure what message just came in. There we go. Alright. Okay. Sorry, that's just work stuff popping up all of a sudden. It's been a fun past few weeks with like work stuff just going all over the place. Pretty stressful. When I say fun stuff, it's not always fun. Alright. Pew pew. Yeah, how does that not destroy this thing but obliterates a bear? It's like, do we just get super critical crazy damage here? The nice thing is that I'm recording, so I can totally like watch the video again and see what happened. But any insight you have, because I trust the comments section very much for this stuff, would be good. And I don't know why ramming into that guy seemed like a good idea. It really wasn't. Okay, now I'm just firing shit everywhere. There we go. Are you dead yet? Yes, you're a little dead. Alright, we win. I think that's everybody or close to it. Alright, so overall, definitely the kind of bounties the game can throw us at towards the end game are definitely doable, definitely winnable here. So we'll order our second in command to send the squad out. Squad goals. And then ship recovery. We got some ships, a subjugator, a triangle, it's a blockhead, another bear, we don't need more than one. A prognosticator, which is an experimental destroyer, which is almost interesting. I think I'm just gonna leave them all. Alright, so we consider ship recovery. The pirates still like us. That's a lot of supplies. And yeah. That's a lot of money too. You're not gonna salvage that. And we got surveying equipment. Yay! Alright. So, before I forget here, let's go ahead and look at the combat logs, because we have... The Star Eater's done good. I literally killed the bear. I don't know how I blowed it up, but I did. We also have this one here where the Fopperian Whim was doing a lot of work. Once again, Wingless Pigeon. I did not get the kill, but Project Casimir did do a lot of damage. I'll have to look at the replays on that and see. But that'll do it for this video. This is Asher with Starsector. The nice consistent thing about this save is that money is an issue. It's not going to be an issue for much longer. How long until that colony grows? It's going to be a while. But we get the other colonies online and it'll be fine. Like the privateer base is giving us stuff without giving us income. That's one reason the money's down. But yeah, gonna call it a time here. So thanks for watching. We'll do this again soon. I literally got another skill point, and we are at the point now where coordinated maneuvers is the best one to take. Everything else except for derelict operations, which I guess I could technically take as well, will let us get more ships deployed for lower D-mods. So maybe we do that, but coordinated maneuvers, it's fine. Yeah, next time. I've mentioned a few things before. Tabitha, apparently not in the cards today. We don't want to run out of fuel up here. So, since we have a little bit of time, I think that our best move is going to be to see what we can do here. Dead drop secondary. I'd love to get it if I could get it. But kicking the hegemony in the pants and passing on another planet to the Shadow Yards would be really good. Granted, Oberstein? Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. I was like, am I reading that right? I just leaned back in my chair for a second. That's gonna be a tough one to crack, but we still have a lot of Marines, and because a bunch of them quit, these are actually really effective Marines. We're just going to need some more supplies and other stuff. So that'll be for another day. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if I forgot to add your suggestion in here, because I've gotten a lot in the past few days, and I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody's. Thanks for watching. See you next time.